This here is my brownie. He's my donkey. He's a nice, big, huge donkey. He does some very interesting things for me. Do you ever wonder what is it that these guys are out here for? Well, hey, how you doing? Hi. I wonder how many of y'all been with an animal like that before? Big old animal, big, huge, just ginormous animal that is able to do some real interesting work. And that real interesting work that that animal does is something that I want to talk about today, and that's called protection. My name is Mark Anthony DeBose Jr., and I was born July 4th of 1986. There's something very interesting about that big old animal called the donkey. And the donkey is not some silly, meaningless, just pointless, goofy type animal. It's a very, 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 very serious animal. It's a super serious animal. It's not the type of animal that you just run up to and just slap its butt or run up to and start petting it on its head. If you know it, you can do that. But how many of y'all have ever been that close to a donkey ever in your life before? Outside of being in a petting zoo where it just gets pet all day. But a real working donkey, it's out in the field. They're not something to just play with. They're not something to just joke around with. They're something that can do a whole lot of serious harm to you. And at the same time, I talk about it can harm you. It's serious. At the same time, it's awesome. It's absolutely amazing. It's one of the best animals that I have out here. Hey, Oreo. It's one of the best animals that I have out here. It's one of the best ones. Oh, get down. It's one of the best ones to be able to do a job that I need it to do, that it just doesn't complain about doing what it needs to do. And that's protecting and being of a protection style animal. And it protects me from coyotes and wolves and mountain lions and bobcats and foxes and raccoons and skunks and possums and dogs and other donkeys. And it just protects me from everything out here that is always trying to kill everything or harm everything that I'm doing out here. It's an animal that's just ready to go to work all day, all night. It never takes a rest from wanting to do its job. It just stays at it, and it never ever wants to let off. It never wants to let go. And that's something very, very interesting that I want to talk about when I think about my donkey, and when I think about the protection of my donkey, when I think about the protection of what he's able to bring to me, I think about the protection of who God is and what God is and what God is all about. And that's something that just goes hand in hand. I feel like that he's very, very serious, but also at the same time how serious he is. Once you get past the complications of understanding that there's certain things that you want to start working on to be able to better yourself, to get yourself to be able to get close to it, such as the same situation with that donkey. I had to do a lot of things to be able to get myself to be able to be close to him, to be able to walk up to him, to be able to pet him on his head, to be able to pet and spank his butt if I want to spank his butt. He goes, woo, he's so cute. He's such a cutest animal to work with. But let's get down. But he's very, very interesting that God is in the same way, in the same sense that he's very, very serious. But he's very, very serious in a way that he's making sure that he's our protection. He's making sure that he's protecting us with things that are going on out there. That when all these damaging things want to start coming around and all these damaging things want to keep coming to us, he's here to make sure that he's to protect us, to keep us safe, to keep us secure, to keep them away, to keep pushing it out so that we can be nice, safe, and secure and don't have to worry and don't have to have any drama going on, don't have to have any chaos going on, don't have to have any jealousy going on, don't have to have any of this stuff going on in our lives. That he's here to protect us, to make sure that we can stay away from all of that. And at the same time, you know what's so interesting? So interesting talking about this concept of protection, because what this donkey actually does do, he doesn't go after it if it's not trying to come to it. If something's trying to come in, if something's trying to just get in here, he doesn't go miles and miles and miles away to go find problems to go and deal with them and just try to get them way out of there. No, he allows those problems out there to be able to happen. He allows those problems to just go on. It's like, whatever, that's over there. It's got nothing to do with over here. It's got nothing to do with what I need to take care of. And he only deals with the problems when it's just right here. It wants to cross that fence, because even if it's on the outside of the fence, he still just looks at it like, you're on my barrier, buddy. I don't care. You're out there. You can't come in here. And it's very interesting that he doesn't just go out and look for no fights. He doesn't go out and try to figure and find and fix everything out there. No, he only wants to figure, find, and fix what's in right here, right now, what's inside of his bubble. When inside of his bubble is inside of his fence, inside of his barrier. When something tries to get inside of his barrier, he then pushes it away. And if he is unable to push it away because that animal feels like it wants to just keep coming, then he has to absolutely destroy it. He destroys that animal and he stands there and he says, sorry, man, but that is just what it is. I told you, I gave you many, many chances to get away, but you decided to keep on coming. So then he goes into the mode of being destructive. And it's just an interesting concept because when I really think about God, when I really get a good understanding of him, when I really put him in my heart, when I really start to pray a lot, when I really start to think a lot about him, it really makes me think and feel the exact same way. That he's not trying to fix everything that's way out there. He wants to, but if you have more people on board, then yeah, this would be a completely different world. I mean, truly on board, not in the fakeness of what I constantly just keep seeing and hearing and feel like I'm being around and being about. Not the fakeness that just gives you 5 minutes of glory and then you just go on and keep doing what it is that you're doing. And you're not actually constantly working on yourself to be able to get yourself out of a lot of this hate that's going on this planet. But He's not doing it. He's not fixing my neighbors so that they're better to me. He's not fixing anything out there to make sure that they stay away or do anything like that. No, he only does that when they want to try to come in and get real close to me. When they want to try to come in real close and try to say something or do something or be about something that's trying to damage me, that's when God is going to come in. He's going to push them out and push them away and say, no, buddy, you're not going to do that. You're not going to make that happen. And I don't know why, but to me, that's just an absolutely amazing thing to be able to be a part of when I just realized how much closer and closer I keep getting with having a good understanding of myself, with getting better with myself, with getting a good understanding of who God is and what he's able to offer to myself. And it's just absolutely amazing because it allows me to be able to stay very, very clear, very conscious, very right here, right now with what it is that I got going on this planet. It allows me to stay, a good word is grounded, of just knowing that I'm here. I'm standing here. I'm good to go. I got what I need. And if I need some more, I'll get some more. If I need it, if it comes to me, but I got what I need and I'm here and I'm grounded and I'm satisfied with everything that I have. And saying that, it's a very interesting Bible verse that came to me this morning when I was thinking about it. It was in the book of Hebrews. Let me look that up again because I don't want to misspeak this one because this one is really nice. The book of Hebrews in the 13th chapter of the 5th verse. Keep your lives free from the love of money and be content with what you have. It's something very, very interesting to me that just, it puts a lot in me to really think more and more about what God's all about and what he's able to provide. That the simple concept that I feel like I talk about this a little bit, but I kind of feel like I want to talk about it even more and even more and even more. On the concept of being very, very grateful for what it is that you already have, being very, very grateful for what it is that you got going on around you, and being very, very grateful for everything that's come to you already, that it could not be there. The simplest thing that I think we get jammed up on is understanding the protection of what God is and what he's bringing to us is the simple thing of us being alive right now. You being alive right now, being able to have a chance to do what it is that you're doing right now is an absolute blessing. For you to be able to wake up, and be able to open your eyes and be able to look around is an absolute blessing because it gives you a chance to be able to change, to be able to do something absolutely great on this planet. And saying great and doing great on the planet and all this, everyone's got different opinions of what that means. But in reality, the one thing that you really want to be able to make sure that you're dialing in and dialing up on it. You're being great for something that what it is that you want to do, not great for someone else's mission and someone else's plan and someone else's this and someone else's that. And that I feel like confuses a lot of people at the same time. But I feel like a lot of us spend a lot of our time, a lot of our energy, a lot of our focus on worrying about what it is that someone else is doing and trying to do what it is that they do instead of doing what it is that what we want to do. Doing what it is that I don't care if you laugh at me, if you joke at me, whatever you got to say about me, or you'll down. Whatever you got to say to me, whatever you got to do about me, I don't care about any of that. I just want to do and focus what it is that I want to focus on. So if I want to raise some chicken, I'm going to raise some chicken. I don't care that everybody wants to make fun of me. If I want to go run a marathon, I'm going to run a marathon because I realize saying that just really makes me think a lot about a lot of what I do on a day-to-day basis to just really let people know that there are differences out here, that people do something and other people don't do something, and it's okay. There's some people that never go to, it's just something that I pay attention to when I go on my walks. There's some people that never go to the lake, that never go to trails, that never do that just say, that's work. I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to make that happen. That's fine. That's cool. That's what you want to do. There's other people that take it a step up where they go once a month. And then there's the people that another step up that go once a week. And then there's people that take it up another step and they go just about every day. They go 5 days a week. I'm going to classify that as pretty much every single day. And they go every single day. And then there's some people that say, you know what, that 3 miles, I'm going to do 8 to 10. There's some people that do that. And then there's some people that look at that and they're still like, 8 to 10, I don't know about that. Let me do about 15 to 20. And then there's some people that say, you know what? Let me run 8 to 10 instead of that. And then it's like, now you're heading onto a whole different level of a human being. And there's people all in those stages, all up there, that I don't think that people realize that there's the differences of people, the same way there's the differences of these animals, there's the differences of everything that's out here. That we don't need to do what someone else does. We need to do what we want to do. So when I go out there and I go run for a 6-mile run, and someone will look at me like, oh, that's crazy. There's just no way. That's stupid. Is this. It's like, okay, that's not what you want to do. And I'm not going to blame, judge, hate, do anything to you because that's not what you want to be about. And something very interesting, that the more and more that you start understanding who God is, the more that protection is going to come to you, that you're going to do what it is that you want to do. And you're going to start to absolutely enjoy life a little bit more. Is everything going to be great and perfect and awesome and smooth? And I don't know. But in comparison to just what I feel like I do, it is that way. Do I have unlimited funds to be able to go here and do this and buy this and make that happen? No, but I don't think that that's fun. I don't think that that's the true fun that we could be a part of on this planet. As much as we like to complain about having more and doing this and being able to go and take these trips and buy these bags and buy these shoes and buy all this stuff, I don't think that's true fun. That's kind of showing something inside of you that you're lacking. That if you have to keep getting and going and grabbing and doing more instead of living more experience and actually doing stuff and putting stuff together and creating new stuff, that you're kind of just... You're not fulfilled. You're not fulfilled. So you're still looking for stuff to be able to satisfy you. And that's where I feel like the concept of that verse comes in, to don't love the money and be satisfied with what you already have. Because if you're looking for something more and more and always looking for more and more, you're trying to complete yourself in a way that you're never going to be able to complete yourself. And then you're not having the protection of God around you. You're not having God to be able to protect you and to be able to guide you and to be able to push you forward into doing something great on this planet. That you're just doing the same old and doing the same what everyone else is doing. And that's not going to lead you somewhere that's going to be fulfilled and fulfilling in any sort of way. That you're going to be out there stressed and struggling at all times, like literally, like all the time, because whatever you do next is not going to be able to satisfy you. Whatever you gain next is not going to be able to complete you. That you're just going to keep doing that, and you're going to run up, going circle and circle and circle, and just wondering, like, why is things not getting better? Why is this not better for me? Why am I not smiling more? Why am I not calm more? Why am I not more relaxed anymore? And you're going to run into a situation where you're just jammed up. And I feel like when you're chasing all this stuff, that's when you're losing the protection of what God is able to bring to you and is able to give to you. You're losing his protection. And you don't want to lose his protection. You want to keep his protection. You want to get closer and closer in to have more and more of his protection. And the more protection that you have of him, the more secure you're going to be. And the more secure you are, then yeah, you're going to be good to go, because you're going to know that you have everything that you need to be able to make happen what you need to make happen. And you're not going to be in a situation where you're ending up in filling in lack or filling in, let's get down. Where you're feeling in lack and you're feeling like you don't have enough, and you're feeling like you're not sure if you're going to have enough, that you're not sure of any of that, that you're going to be doing really, really good. You're going to be feeling really, really good. You're going to be able to make really, really good meals. You're going to be able to be inspired to be able to do really, really good things. And you're going to be able to be inspired to do good things for other people to do good things. And that's something that I think that when you really dial in, you stop focusing on trying to get and have, that you're really going to start upgrading your life, because God is the greatest protection that you're ever going to be able to have on this planet. You're not going to be able to protect yourself from everything that's going on out here at all times. That there's going to be some things that are going to come in, and they're going to try to damage you. They're going to try to destroy you. They're going to try to do some ruthless things to you. And I'm just talking about going and getting stuff, but I'm even talking about doing stuff. Like even me doing this right here is what I'm doing. People are going to have such wild things, is the word I like to say. Wild things to say about what it is that I do. They're going to have wild things to say about how it is that I take care of my animals. They're going to have wild things about how stupid and silly it is that I do what I do. And they're going to have such wild stuff to constantly keep saying to me that's just going to it could lead a person into insanity if they do not have the protection of God around them. That they're going to read into all that negativity. They're going to read into all that drama. They're going to read into all that hatred and just feel like, I don't know what to do. I can't continue forward because these people just keep giving me so much backlash, just so much backlash. And it's something that's very, very interesting to me, because it's just something that I've always known. I've always been a part of that. I've always had something like this in me that's always made me feel like I'm not enough and I'm not good enough. But in reality, as a young child, I had someone physically over my shoulder to tell me, you're going to do it and you're going to get it done. And I wouldn't listen to that chatter. I would still go get it done because I was more scared of that than scared of anything else out there, anyone out there. No one could possibly terrify me, scare me, move me, maneuver me at all. Other than my father on this planet in reality. He's the only being that's been able to move me to say, Anthony, you doing that? I said, okay, yep, we're doing that. We're making it happen. And I had that. And then there's a time in the day that you kind of like grow up and you get away from your parents. And then you have to like have that and be about that and be a part of that on your own. And for me, I ran into a hazy part of my life in reality that just, I lost the protection of God. Because just for me, just for me, I don't know about you. I don't know about how you grew up. I don't know how your parents were. Where I would say my dad was tough is a word that I really like to use and really like to say, that he was tough, that when he spoke and said it, it was done. And there was no backlash, there was no back talk, there was no attitude about it, there was no nothing. You just got it done. And for me, I feel like that was the hand of God for me, that was helping me, guiding me, getting me to be able to do some absolutely incredible things on this planet. And then I left him. I left the power of God behind me, basically my backing. And then I got super hazy. I got super hazy in not having anyone to like guide me, not having anyone to like basically count on in reality, to be able to make smart decisions, to be able to do smart things. And I lost that protection. And when I went off and messed with certain females and did certain things and had certain jobs and went to certain places and joined the military even and doing all the stuff that I left to, I had no protection. The protection I had was absolutely gone. And it wasn't like my father could have any sort of say of what I was doing after I left, after I was gone, after I couldn't go back and do that no more. I had no more protection. I ran into a situation where I was just running wild, running crazy, running downhill, absolutely downhill in reality. And the only way that I could say it wasn't going downhill was, like, that's all I could say, people, is I was just headed completely to absolute destruction. Not because of a whole lot of, say, decisions that I say myself was personally making, but just stuff that I was in, stuff that I was a part of, stuff that I was just all up in the mix of, that just kept like pulling me in. Like the further and further I got away from my dad, the more and more this stuff was just pulling me in, like Anthony, get in this, do this, stay with this, make this happen, and keep doing this, keep doing this. It was just a hard pull that I just couldn't get out of. And it just kept sucking me in, it would just consume me to the point of just absolute destruction. And I just kept going in and going in and going in and going in. It just kept getting me further and further and further away from God's protection. And then there was a point in a time in the day that I was so far away from the understanding of His protection that I wanted to start harming myself. I wanted to start hurting myself. I started wanting to damage myself. I would start putting myself in sticky situations just to harm and hurt myself and destroy myself even more, because I had absolutely no protection. And then there was a time in the day that I changed all of that, and then I moved into trying to get a good understanding of who God is and what He is and what He's able to offer and what He's able to bring, to put myself back into that level of protection. And that protection that I have today is something that I'm going to say is something that every single person on this planet needs. That there was a time in the day that you had, I'm going to say, your parents. And if you didn't have your parents, I'm telling you, there was something around you that was protection for you, that was looking out for you, that was looking for the best of you, that was trying to guide you to get you into a good place and a nice place. There was someone around, there was someone involved to be able to get you there. And that's the hand of God, I'm going to say, is why we should always, at all times, be honoring our father and mother. And not even just that, but if your grandmother, grandfather, your auntie, your uncle, whoever was taking care of you, you don't even know who your parents are, but you had someone taking care of you. That's the whole concept of why, because that's the hand of God to be able to help us to be able to get to this point today. Because I'm telling you, people, there's no way, I don't care how and what you think of your parents, there is no way possible you could be alive today doing what it is you're doing if you didn't have that, if you didn't have someone taking care of you, if you didn't have someone bringing you here. Because when you see an infant baby that comes out in minute 1, it is not able to take care of itself at all. Zero. And in reality, kids are not able to take care of themselves until they're about 5 or 6 years old to be able to know how to go out and be able to do some stuff. Like today, it's a little bit later, maybe 7 or 8 or 10 even. But when I was a kid, a 5-year-old was able to cook some food, do their clothes, do everything they need to do, keep some stuff clean, and I could dang near get a job at the age of 5. But things are different today, that I understand it. But to be able to get to the age of 5, somebody had to do a significant amount of work to be able to get you there, regardless if it was damaging, it was mean, mean, it was ruthless, it was yelling, it was beatings, don't matter neglect, it don't matter what was going on, someone had to do a significant amount of work to be able to get you to that point, because you couldn't just have gotten there. You couldn't have just been born and then someone threw you on the corner and you just lived on the corner and you just grew up and grew up. That's impossible, people. So that's why, and for all of us, we all should be giving a mass amount of thanks to our parents or our guardians or whoever it is that's taking care of us, because that's the hand of God being able to allow you that chance to be able to be here and do what it is that you're doing right now. That you should be doing everything in your power to make sure that you have that understanding and you know that, because you just wouldn't be here. And that's something that is absolutely amazing to me, that when you stop trying to fight against that and you start to realize like what greatness that is out here, that you start to have a whole new different light on life, and you start to have a whole new different vision about things that are going on in life, because the hand and the protection of God is absolutely incredible, that it's an unlimited amount of power. And it's so unlimited that once you decide to, say, break away from understanding how you got here and giving thanks to how you got here, that now you're here, now you're doing what it is that you're doing, that now you have the true one-on-one communication contact with being able to understand who God is, especially if you're claimed to be an adult on this planet, where an adult on this planet in reality, people, is like someone that's like 12 years and above. Like we do today systems, we try to say it's different, but someone at the age of 12 who wants to understand who God is, you are at the age of knowing to be able to get the true protection of him, knowing that you are a human being on this planet, knowing what you're capable of, knowing what you're able to do, and knowing how to be able to take care of some things on yourself in this world. And that's something that once you start to branch away from the people who created you to, let's get down, to getting to the point, thank you, to getting to the point of being able to have the understanding that now you can speak one-on-one, now that you can have an intimate one-on-one relationship with God and start to gain and get his protection. You're only going to start upgrading your life to being something absolutely fantastic. Because once you let go of what everyone else out there is doing, once you let go of what everyone else out there has to say, you're going to start doing and being on a level that is just absolutely incredible. That is just so fun, so awesome, so inspirational, so just so free is the way I guess I feel like I want to say it. That you're going to end up being free. You're going to end up being able to take care of yourself in ways that you never thought that you were going to be able to do. You're going to start coming up with ideas and being more creative with some stuff that you just felt like you never were able to do. And then at the same time, that once you start to have that, you're going to start letting go of some things. You're going to start understanding some things that are just absolutely amazing, such as forgiveness, such as letting people go, just letting them go. Just say, I know what you did. I see what you did. I know when we went down, but I forgive you for what you've done. You're going to start seeing a whole new life in your life, because you're no longer going to be holding on to just drama. You're no longer going to be holding on to just baggage. You're no longer going to be holding on to just damaging things anymore. You're going to be able to just move forward and just say, yeah, this is cool. Let me go over there now and figure out what's going to happen. And then you're going to start to be able to maintain and have awesome relationships, because someone is always going to fail you. Someone is always going to sabotage you. Someone is always going to be jealous and envious. Someone's always going to slander you. Someone's always going to just be so ruthless to you. Someone's always going to just purposely try to do something just to make you mad. Someone's just always going to do that, always, just always and forever. But once you understand the whole understanding of the protection of God and the protection of forgiveness, you're not going to be affected by any of that. It's going to come to you. It's going to happen. You're just saying, oh, okay, cool. Let me just move on and move this way. And even if you are with that person, like for instance, being married, you're never going to be in a marriage where your partner is not going to do something to just ruthlessly mess with you. It's just what it is. It's just going to happen. And regardless if it's on purpose or if it's not on purpose or however it happens or whatever goes down, that person is always going to let you down. They're always going to do something, not always all day, every day, obviously, people, but there's going to be a time in a day that something's going to happen that said they're going to do something, it didn't get done, it didn't get happen. But if you're just still stuck on the whole, I hate the world and I this and I can't stand this and I'm mad at this and I'm mad at that, and not understanding how to be able to forgive, you're never going to be able to move forward from that. You're just going to have that. You're going to stay stuck in it. You're going to stay stuck in this situation right here where you're just like, and then every day for the remainder of your life, you're going to be thinking about that and stuck in that without being able to just forgive and move forward and move on and do something great. You're just going to be stuck. That's That's where I want to be able to help more people to be able to understand having the protection of God and having the protection of the freedom and the protection of the forgiveness that he offers and brings to us, of knowing that even you have damaged and ruthlessly done things in your life to yourself, to other people, and to God. But yet God is still going to say, it's okay. It's all right. You just call upon me and I got you back. I got you. You're good to go. Everything's going to be fine with you. Like I'm not here to judge you, say yet. I'm not here to do anything yet. I'm just here to make sure that you keep moving forward to be able to get to a different place. And I think that that's the most absolutely beautiful thing that we can be a part of and be about out here with what it is that we do. That is he going to judge us? Yes, there will be a time in a day, but he gives us chance after chance after chance, and he forgives us over and over and over and over and over and over again. He just constantly keeps doing that for us because he says, you know what? I know you're not perfect. I know you're going to mess up, but I'll forgive you here for this circumstance. And then he says, you know what? Even in this circumstance, and you know what? Even in this circumstance, I'll still keep forgiving you. And that's the same concept that we need to live by as human beings to other human beings, that we can't just stay stuck in something that someone has done to us. That, oh, you did that to me this many years ago, and I still just want to yell about it, still want to battle about it, still want to fight about it, still want to just keep all this energy in me that just doesn't want to ever let it go, and still want to keep watching your phone all the time because you did this 15 years ago or 18 years ago this happened, or shoot, what is that, 20 years ago this stuff happened, and I'm just gonna keep on just drilling you to the point of your insanity because I can't get out of this stuckness that I'm in. That you need to understand the concept of forgiveness. And when you understand the concept of forgiveness, you're really gonna understand the concept of having God's protection to be able to help you out, to be able to guide you through, to be able to give you clarity, to be able to relax you, to be able to calm you down, to be able to bring you into something that is just absolutely amazing to be able to have on this planet. And that awesomeness to be able to have on this planet is something that I want more and more people to be able to have, to be able to be a part of, to be able to experience, to be able to just have inside of you, knowing that I know you did me wrong. I know you damaged me. I know you was ruthless to me. I know you were even purposely ruthless to me. I know you even purposely tried to do what you did to me. But it's okay. I forgive you. It's all right. I understand that you're not perfect. I understand that why you did that because you felt like you needed to, because you felt like you were backed in a corner and you felt like you just had to do that, or you didn't know how to get out. You didn't know how to get away. Okay, it's cool. It's all good. Once you understand how to be able to really forgive people for what it is that's going on, you're just going to upgrade your life. And I just feel like the forgiveness and the protection of God just come hand in hand, because there's no way that you're in reality going to be able to have God to protect you if you can't forgive. If you can't forgive, you're just in a tiny little bubble that you're not going to be able to isolate yourself enough. You're not going to be able to push yourself away enough. You're not going to be able to stay far away enough so that no one is able to come to you. There's just no way, especially today in 2022. In 2022, there's just no way that you could possibly isolate yourself at all anymore. 50 years ago, maybe. 100 years ago, for sure. But today, everything that we have and everything that we do and everything that we're about is reliant upon somebody else. And we have to put ourselves in places everywhere. And there's just no way that we could just be away and just stay completely away. I will say there's probably a very, very slim amount of people on this planet that do such a thing. And in reality, it's probably just a dozen people that do such a thing where they have no outsiders. But even those people that claim that those people that do that thing, somehow this is an interesting situation. Somehow they have documentaries about them. So clearly you're not isolated to the point of complete isolation, because you bring people in to document you, to record you about how you're isolated. So it's like you're not isolated still, because now you still have people around. So I'm even going to take back that 12 people. That I don't think there's any people on this planet. That's just a one-off person all by themselves, living, surviving, that is never seen, is never around, has never been supported, has never done anything for anybody or anything at all on this planet right now. That's something that's just we don't do that. We can't be about that. That we have to be with people. We have to be around people. We have to do stuff that other people are going to see and be a part of. And other people are going to do stuff that we need to see and need to be able to be a part of. Because even me staying in here, being out here and doing what it is that I'm doing, that I'm by myself out here and I do what I do, but it's not like I still have thousands of people that I'm always constantly around. I still have thousands of people that are all constantly still doing something in the mix of what it is that I'm doing. That you're not going to be able to run away from everything. And that's why you absolutely need You need to pray. You need to pray more and more and get and ask for the protection of God to be able to help you out so that you can move forward, so that you can be able to do some things on this planet without feeling damaged, so that you can go to the grocery store and don't have to just keep your head down and feel fat and feel skinny and feel stupid and feel worthless and feel pointless and feel meaningless and feel retarded and feel whatever word that you want to use for yourself. That's what they had to say to you, all those people out there, and they don't know you. They don't know you. They think that they know you. They think they know what you're about. They think they know what's good for you, but they don't actually know you. All they keep doing is saying stuff to you, saying stuff to you, and that's why that they know you, because you keep doing what it is that they say to you. As long as you keep doing what it is that they say to you instead of doing what it is that you need to do and you want to do, yes, they're going to know everything about you. But once you start doing what you want to do, once you start being about what you are just inspired to want to be and inspired to want to take action with, they're going to have no idea how to even deal with you. They're going to have no idea how to handle you. And you're just going to wake up. You're just going to say, wow, I didn't even know that you knew how to do that. And when did you learn how to do that? And say, I've been learning how to do that since 20 years ago. So of course I know a lot about that. Now, of course I'm going to be good at that. And that's something that I feel like a lot of us run into situations where we're just constantly listening to people and not asking God for forgiveness, for one, and asking for his protection, for two, and then being able to just move forward with ourselves on this planet. That we're constantly listening to what people say and we're just taking what they say as reality. And I'm going to tell you that is not reality. They don't know you. Only you and God know you. I don't know you. I don't know anything about you, but I do know one thing about you, that I want you to figure out more about you and do what it is that you want to do so that you could just talk to God and both of y'all can have a good level of communication so that you can move forward and get away from these damaging thoughts that you have and these damaging ways that you have and these damaging stuff that keeps coming to you. Because I'm telling you, if you have anything that's coming to you that's super, super negative, and at the same time, on the opposite side of that, if you have information that just keeps coming to you that just says to you all the time that you're just the best and you're so perfect and you're so right and you're so everything and you're just amazing, like that, you gotta be careful about that, because that can set you up for absolute failure at the same time, because that can build you up to the point that now you just feel like you can do whatever you want to anybody. And that's where I'm going to say there's that balance, but the balance comes with the whole forgiveness and understanding, and that is how you are able to be able to ground yourself, to let yourself know that you are not perfect, that you are a human being that's thriving to be perfect, but you never will be perfect, and don't even thrive to be perfect in a perfect type way. That understand and know that things are going to happen that they're just going to be super challenging for you, that you're not going to be able to handle on your own. And that's where the most beautiful thing happens, is that's where God really comes in and he really steps it up and he really starts to show you exactly who he is. And that's why something for me is just, I don't know how to say this. I'm going to say this, I'm just going to try to say it, just say it. But sometimes the only way that we can really truly know who God actually truly is, and knowing that he is real, knowing that he is here to help you, is you got to be in a sticky situation. You got to be in a situation that there's just no way possible you can get out of it. You have asked everyone around you for help and they all said, we can't do it. Not even just no, but just we can't do it. Or, yep, good boy. They just can't help you out. That they don't even know how to help you out. And you've gone everywhere. You've done all the research. You've done everything, and you just can't get it. You just can't get help. And you're at your last wit's end, where you're just like, I need some help, and I need some help to the point that can't nobody help me. And I'm not sure what to do. I'm not sure where to go. I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to get out of this. That's when God really starts to work, and starts to move, starts to get some things done. That when you're at the last of the last, you're at the bottom of the barrel, you're at you don't have anything more. That's when something's going to happen where it's just going to look like it's just absolutely incredible. And when those times happen, don't ignore it. Don't just push it to the side and say, oh, see, I knew I'd get it. I did work hard and get it. No. That's where God moved and he came in and he helped you and he provided for you and he did something for you. And that's unfortunately how a lot of times you're able to really truly see who and what God is actually truly about. Because once you start pushing away all these thoughts of what everyone else has of you, once you start living in your own thoughts, in your own world, and your own desires of what it is that you want to do, you're going to start to come into challenging times, challenging moments. Because the people that were saying those mean, negative things to you, they're not going to be here to help you, to be able to get you to help you get to that point where you want to move to next. You're not going to be able to rely on them. You're not going to be able to count on them at all. You're going to be able to count on them to keep sabotaging you and keep doing things to you to just keep you going down and down and down. You're not going to rely on them to help you go forward. So then you're going to end up in a situation where you're just all by yourself. You're all by yourself. And when you're all by yourself, that's when you need more and more protection. And that's the time, and especially in the time, if you're just starting your journey of trying to get a good understanding of yourself and get closer to God, that's the time when you got to have true forgiveness in you, where you got to start truly forgiving everything that's been going on. You got to look at them straight in the face and just say, I forgive you, and I'm sorry for why it happened or whatever happened, but I forgive you for this situation. And then that's when God's really going to start moving for you. He's going to start elevating you to a point that no one else is going to be able to do. He's going to start pushing you to a point that no one else is able to be able to get you to. He's going to start bringing you to a place of clarity that no one else is going to be able to possibly do on this planet. And that's when you're going to start gaining the protection of God and what He's truly and what He's really about. Because you're going to end up down. You're going to end up down. You're going to feel like all alone. You're going to feel like you're not sure. You're going to feel like, how am I going to get out of this? How am I going to be able to handle this? How am I going to be able to do this? And then He's going to do something to just really let you know that He's here for you, that he's always been here for you, and now He's really here for you, because now He really sees what you're trying to do for Him and who you're trying to be for Him, that you want to be yourself, that He doesn't want you to be someone else. He doesn't want you to be anything else. He wants you to be you. You, focused on you, dedicated with you, doing what it is that you need to do with your own thoughts, how you really think you are, how you really think about what you want to do, how you really think about how you are as a person inside, not what other people say. And then He's going to do some things. He's going to bring some things. He's going to provide some things. He's going to show you some things. He's going to tell you some things. He's going to make some things happen that you're just going to have no choice but to ignore anymore at that moment. You're just going to say, wow, I see what's going on here. Like that is real. You are real. You are dead on with being able to provide me with what I need to provide for. And you are dead on with being able to bring to me, let's get down. You are able to bring to me what it is, let's get down. You are able to bring to me what it is that I need, and what it is that I absolutely have to have in my life to be able to keep on growing and keep on going, to be able to get a better understanding of you. And he's going to do some things for you, I'm telling you. He's going to give you that protection. And protection is an absolutely amazing thing from God. And the more and more that I work with protection style animals and protection style work and protection style understanding of what we need protection stuff for, like, I feel like a lot of us get lost in the fact that we have the greatest protector on this planet already inside of us and already all around us. And that's God. That the more that you are trying to get a better gun for protection, the more you're trying to get, I keep seeing people talk about these dogs, and I want a protection dog. And I don't think you guys, if your dog is pulling on the leash already, you don't have a protection dog. Like, I don't think people understand the complexness is to having a protection dog and the scary aspect of it, that if you scare that dog is going to come and bite you. That I would never ever want to have what people think in their mind a protection dog inside of your home with children around. So because if your child touches that dog in the wrong way, it's going to work out of instinct. It's going to protect. It's going to do what it needs to do, and it's going to grab their arm. Even if it's not a deadly, it's just an on-off, but an on-off to a 2-year-old kid is enough to break an arm in half and have that kid living in agony and terrified of dogs for the remainder of its life. Oreo, let's get down. And that's something that I don't think a lot of people really put a lot of thought into. And then at the same time, for me, with thinking about protection animals out here, my donkey. That donkey is hands down the best protection animal that anybody's going to get for some land. The dogs are cool, but the donkey is better. The donkey is more easy to maintain and to manage. The donkey is way better and more efficient at his job. And it's something that I feel like we as a people get confused with this whole term protection, of thinking that I need this and I gotta have that and I gotta be about this and that all is gonna be able to protect me. When you're missing the number one thing of protection on this planet, and that's God. And we need to start getting closer and closer to Him and start understanding more and more forgiveness, so that we can start getting more of His protection and stop worrying about things that really don't matter. That in reality, trying to protect your physical body with a dog inside of your house to keep people away, That's minimal compared to protecting your spiritual body, your mind, what you're constantly reading and seeing all day long. Your dog can't help you with your Twitter feed and all this negative hate that comes into it. Your dog can't help you with your YouTube feed and all this hate and all this drama and all this jealousy and all this strife that keeps coming to you. Your dog can't help you. Your protection animals can't do nothing for you for that. Your protection animal can't do nothing for you for that lady that's just constantly screaming at you at work every single day. She's just screaming and screaming and screaming and just won't let off and won't let you go and won't let you be. She's just always riding you, or he, I don't care, she or he. They are just riding you, just always ruthless to you. And they use and abuse you because they know the position that you're in, that you can't just leave, that you need this, you have to do it. So they ride you even more. Your protection dog, your protection animal, none of that could help you with any of that. They can't. So you need a whole different level of protection. And that level of protection is the protection of God. So that when you go there, when you're at that work, you're at the job site, and you got that person that's just riding, just all on you, just blah, 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 just going crazy. You could just look at them and you could just have this level of protection over you that's like, whatever you say to me, it doesn't affect me. It's not going to bring me down. It's not going to make me have to get so defeated that I got to go home and start drinking. It's not going to make me so defeated that I got to go home and I got to start lashing out and doing that stuff to my family, my sibling, my wife, my husband, my kids, anyone in my family, that I'm going to go home and start doing and being that same way there. That protection of God is going to make sure that you're clean and clear so that you can deal with all of that. Because that stuff's going to come to you. You're never going to get away from it. You're not just going to get down on your knees and pray to God and say, Gabe, please help me. And then all that stuff's just going to go away. No, in reality, in the most craziest, weirdest thing about this, the more that you do pray to God, the more that stuff's going to keep coming to you. Because the more that you keep having a better understanding of God, the more that everyone else around you that doesn't, they want to damage you even more, because you start to change. Everything about you starts to change. The way you look, the way you just stand here and just, everything about you changes. Everything starts to just be different about you. And people, when they see that, they just like, oh, I got to get that. I got to take that. I got to beat that person down, because I can't stand how they're acting like that. I can't stand how they're so smooth like that. I can't stand how they're able to just get through complicated things and just keep on going like that. So they work even harder. And then they try to talk to other people around that try to all gang up on you to work even harder to try to bring you down even more. So the more and more in reality that you really try to talk to God, the more and more that you really want to keep dialing it up with Him, to keep trying to do what it is that He's asking from you, to stop living of things of the world and stop being about the world and start living more of Him and through yourself, getting a good understanding of yourself. The more and more you're going to want to do that, because it's going to be a weird balance, especially at first. At first, you're going to get in it and you're going to have like crazy stuff just coming through, trying to attack you and destroy you. And you got to elevate yourself hardcore so that stuff just is down here. And you're looking down at it like, yep, I see you still trying down there. I see you still trying to be ruthless. I see you still trying to be mean. I still see all that, but I'm over here now. Now I got the protection of God. Now I got Him to be able to help me and guide me. Now I got Him to be able to rely on if something really challenging wants to try to come to me, wants to still keep being about me. That now I'm able to just move towards that. That I don't need to move towards myself or move towards someone else or move towards some stimulants or move toward anything else. That I could just move towards my own self, my prayer, and be able to have a great day still today. That I'm not going to get challenged and defeated by what it is that you guys got to say. That your willpower is going to get beaten down because of what another human being is doing and what another human being has to say, and or even an animal, what another animal is doing, another animal is saying. That you're not going to get beat down from that. You're going to be able to move forward and be about doing something absolutely great still, and you're not just going to get destroyed. And that's something that more of us really need to start working upon ourselves, so that we can start being about that and start doing that, so that we're able to do more of what it is that we really want to be able to do. And that's something that I can say even with my own self. Standing here doing this, speaking to a camera like this, the way that I've been doing this past few months now, I guess I officially moved on to a few months, so I can say a few, it's past a couple at this point, that for the past few months now doing this, that this is not something that Mark Anthony DuBose Jr., born July 4th, 1986, would ever have been able to do just several months ago. That I didn't have enough willpower in me. I didn't have enough anything in me. I was just so pathetic, so beat down, so wrong, to the point that I wouldn't be able to speak or say anything, because I know that if someone would say any one wrong word to me, that I would just shut down and I wouldn't be able to continue to keep on going. And that's for me understanding who God is and starting to ask and starting to get more of his protection. The more I've been able to just keep continuing to move forward harder and harder at this and digging more deep and being able to explain more and being able to talk more, being able to express more, being able to just freely be myself and not worrying about what someone over there is going to say, or what someone over here is going to say, or what anything is going to say. And I don't care who watches this. I'm not going to be scared about saying a certain thing because I know that you're watching this or this person might see it. So it's something that for me, I have a real good understanding of who and what God is all about based on that, based on the fact that I can continue to keep doing this, based on the fact that I'm not nervous about who watches me, who sees me, who's listening to me, who's critiquing me, who's trying to damage me, who's trying to destroy me, who's trying to be ruthless to me. That in reality, there's certain things that go on that I know who you are when you write messages to me. I know who you are. Like you still talk in a certain way that I don't care if you get a fake, what do you call it, username or fake account, that I know you. I know you. And you can't hide when your language is still written the same way that I know how you talk. And it's just, it's interesting how people want to try to be so damaging and be so destructive, but I can't be slowed down because I have the true protection that I need and want on this planet. And that true protection is the protection of God, and God being in human flesh on the planet, Jesus Christ, and me being a follower of Jesus Christ and being a follower of knowing that he came here to save me, to be able to simplify my life, to be able to amplify my life, to be able to allow me to be able to have a future chance of life and a future chance of moving on to something greater than this life. It's just absolutely amazing. And it's so amazing to the point that I have to express it and share it and talk about it to more and more people. And more people I really want to be able to have a good understanding of exactly what's going on out here, what can be your reality out here, what can be your true future out here, and what you can be able to actually accomplish out here, and stop listening to what everyone else has to say about who you are. And everyone else, I'm telling you, everyone else, even people that know me, I will even say even my parents who say that they know me. You don't know me. You don't know me. You've only know me from based on what y'all told me, what my brother and my sister told me, what all my family told me, what everybody told me in school, what everyone on the track team told me, what everyone's always telling me. None of y'all know me. Nobody knows me, who I am, what I'm doing, and that's the same with every single person on this planet, because we just do what they say. When they say you're this, we act like that. When they say you're this, like for me, it was a shy kid. People would always say, oh, that's a shy boy, he's a shy kid. He doesn't really talk much, he's really shy. That's not at all who I am. That's not at all what I've ever been. But I was that because every single person around me told me that. Everyone in school told me that's what I was. Everyone even in the military told me that's who I was. That's what my wives told me. That's what I was. That's what my kids told me. That's what I was. That's not who I am at all, because all y'all was just saying the same stuff from what someone else had to say. It's just daisy chains from everyone else, and then it's just this big, huge explosion of, oh, that's who he is, and you just slap a label on somebody. And you say that that's who they are, and that's what they're going to be because they display that for 5 seconds of their life. And it's just like, you don't know who I am. Nobody does. Only I do. And then in reality, I didn't, clearly, because I just listened to what everybody said. I didn't start to understand who I was until I started to really pray, started to really ask for some help, started to really dial deep in with asking God for some forgiveness and asking God for some assistance and asking God for some protection. Then I was able to branch out and do something completely different, starting to be someone who I know I am, who I've always been. The 3-year-old boy that I remember. I didn't talk. I didn't speak. I didn't say a single word until I was about 5 and a half or so, and I was in the middle of kindergarten. I didn't say a single word. I didn't talk. But I was thinking the whole time. I was constantly thinking about what it is that I want to do, what it is I want to go, what it is I want to say, what it is I'm about to be about, what it is I'm about to go towards. But then everyone would just say, oh, he's just shy, he doesn't talk. And then I just stayed in that. And I never spoke out what I wanted to speak out. I never would say what it is that I wanted to say. And I just would hold it all in and just keep it all inside. And that's something that I come to realize getting older and older, that I didn't get out of that until a couple months ago. A few months ago, from when I just really just got up, just stood up and just said, yeah, man, I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of doing. I know what I'm about. I know what I can make happen. And that's when I really started to ask God for some super I like that term from the Dragon Ball Z, some Super Saiyan assistance to be able to just really elevate and escalate and upgrade my life, because I was headed to destruction. I was headed nowhere, because that's just all I was doing. The further and further I got away from my dad, the further and further I got away from destruction. That I don't know who my parents are, but they're like, seriously, I don't know, people. Like, you just didn't have parents like my parents. They serious. They on it. They on time. They dedicated. They were always there. And that's something that I have to say, that's just an absolute blessing of mine from God, to be able to have that. Was every single day just perfect and we went to the park and played? No, because in reality, I don't remember a single day of that. Was every day so perfect that we just sat down and watched TV and ate popcorn? No, but we sure did do that. Not every single day that we were just doing. No, but we did have our times that things were just awesome and things were great. But I'm going to say that they were able to do some things that I just don't see people do today at all anymore. I don't see women do what my mom does at all anymore. Like, I just don't see no girls out here doing what that woman did. I don't see no dudes out here doing what my dad did. I just don't see it. I don't see it. And it's kind of, it gets in my feelings a little bit with my own self, with my own life, with my own ways of being, but not everything's in my control that I need to realize and have to understand. But I know in my future to come that my dad's done some things that I'm just like, I'm trying to be able to do that. I'm trying to be able to step my level up to be able to be about something like that. That he's absolutely incredible with some things that he's been able to do. And it's just, I just don't see dudes do nothing like what he's been able to do and what he's done and what we just consistently would keep doing. When I talk about being consistent with your dog and having a nice dog, it's not about being ruthless to him. It's not about being crazy with him. It's not about being mean to him. My dog, I be crazy sometimes with him. I tell him no. I tell him, like yesterday, I told him down and I put the leash on. I told him to get down. But is he gonna hate me? Is he gonna not want me? Is he gonna not love me anymore? No, he respects me even more. He appreciates me even more. Just especially my Johnny, man. He hasn't gotten up one single time. Not that he's scared, not that he's worried. He just knows that if he stays that even longer, he's gonna get something even greater in the end. And that's something that I realized, like that's who my father was to me. That if I just did right, if I made it happen, I got a good, something great would come to me. And I had a lot of great things. I mean, an extreme amount of great. Like, I still don't know how, based on the numbers, knowing myself today, how make this much money, you work this amount of hours, you got this much money at the end of the month, how they did the things that they did. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. It just really doesn't make sense to me on how they were able to provide the way that they were able to provide. And it's something that's just so incredible to me that I hope to be able to be a model of in the future, of always being consistent and always being able to get stuff done. Because I don't know, people. I don't know about you, and it kind of sucks for me to say sometimes. Like, I'll say I say what I say about my growing up, but someone else would say something completely different. And all my siblings, we all got something different to say about how it was when we grew up. We all got something different to say. But I feel like the way that I say it is the way that I've seen it, the way that I understood it, the way that I'm able to do what it is I'm able to do today. I don't care what happened, what went down. I don't care if it was bad, if it was sad, if it was happy, if it was great, if it was nothing. I just know that where I am today, how I'm able to talk today, how I'm able to be today, how I'm able to do today is because of how I grew up with that foundation to be able to do what it is that I'm able to do. And that's something that I'm going to say is absolutely incredible, because when I look at what I do, when I get done what I do, when I make happen all the stuff that I need to make happen, when I take care of what I need to take care of, I'm just like, this is absolutely incredible to me, on knowing that I have this foundation to be able to do what it is that I do. And I'm just so thankful to be able to be here and be able to do this. And I'm so thankful to be able to have God, to be able to. Johnny, you act like you sore from laying down. You was laying down comfortably. You wake up, like, you get up like everything hurting and stuff. It's so funny to me. But I'm just so thankful to be able to be a part of this and be able to keep continuing to do this. And I'm so thankful to be able to have the protection of God, the true protection on this planet, the only protection that we need on this planet. Now, you don't need no protection dog to help you in your house. You don't need no protection gun or weapon, I should say, to try and keep you safe inside of your house. You don't need no protection person, security guards to protect you from anything on this planet. The main thing that you really need protection from is protection in your mind and in your soul and in your spirit. That's the main protection that you need to be a part of, and you need to be able to have. You need to be able to continually keep working on in your life. The protection of, you can't control your Twitter feed. The only way that you can is to shut it off. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, I don't even have Twitter, but I do know what's said on it and what's going on it. You can't control your Instagram feed. Well, I do have that, but I don't have it on my phone, and I log on it like once every 2 months on my computer, and I know what's on there because I get emails still about stuff that goes on. Hey, check this out and do this, and what about this, and how about that? And you can't shut it out, so you're a part of it. And no matter how hard you think you want to try and shut it out, you're not going to be able to. So you need protection on a way higher level of existence of protection. You need protection that only God is able to offer, that he's only able to be able to bring to you, so that you can move, you can upgrade your life to be able to do some great things on this planet. And I'm so thankful to be able to have that protection. I'm so thankful to be able to have the opportunity to be able to do what it is that I'm able to do. I'm so thankful to be able to know that I have everything that I need, and if I need some more, that he's going to be able to give me some more, and he's going to be able to make that happen for me when I need it to make it happen. That I don't need to stress about it. I don't need to worry about it. I don't need to be scared about it. I don't need to be on edge about it and anxious about it. That I know that it's going to be there when I need it to be there, and it's going to happen the way I need it to happen. And if I keep trying to fight and keep trying to struggle and keep trying to just damage my way into trying to get to it even more and try to get to it even faster, that it's Oreo, let's get down. That it's just going to not delay, but not allow it to happen, because then I'm back thinking that I'm the one in control, that I can do this, I can maintain this, I can make it happen. And that's not the case at all. And I'm so thankful to be able to have what I have out here and keep doing what it is that I'm doing out here. And I'm so thankful for God to be able to keep upgrading my life and keep escalating my life, keep bringing more to me in my life, so that I can just keep on being able to share more and more to other people. And that's kind of the biggest thing behind what I do, that I'm so thankful to be able to have my own food, my own everything. I'm so thankful to today. I changed my whole entire brooder system up in there. I got a whole new thing because they're getting bigger, they're getting faster. They're not worried about the heat so much, so I let them have more space so they can run. They like to run away. I'll try to get a video of that tomorrow of them running. They like to run. They all run at the same time. There'll be like 200-300, like 250 of them. We'll all be in one side, and they just run and flap and go as fast as they can all the way to the other end. So right now it's like maybe it's like 25, 30 feet long. They just get to run and get it. And then soon enough, they'll be outside to be able to do that as much as they want to do, to be able to have even more fun, to be able to have even more freedom. But I'm so thankful for that, because that's able to allow me to keep going another day. It's allowing me to be able to keep on doing what it is that I need to do every single day, to keep on surviving, to keep on being about doing some great things on this planet. And at the same time, it allows me to be able to have the energy and the everything in me to be able to keep doing what it is that I'm doing here, even just making these videos every day. I'm so thankful that still some days I'm just like, oh man, but I'm so thankful that once I get here and I set it up and I get it dialed in and I get things cruising, and then I just say that first word. Every talk I give is inspiration from just one word, and today that word is protection. And I could just talk for hours and hours and days about just that one word in reality. And I've got stories on stories on stories about that one word that I could just continue to keep going. That once I get in it, I get here and I get talking, I'm like, man, it's been 40 minutes already. Like, I think it already has been. Like, man, it's been 40 minutes already. And I'm still like, all good to go. I don't get tired from this. I don't get like, I don't want to do this. I don't get any way other than just so excited about being able to be out here and being able to make this happen. That sometimes I do. I get the setup point. It's the setup time that just really kind of, I'm just like, But in the future, the setup time is going to be like that with the new system that I'll end up getting, because this one here it works, but I like to move fast. I like to be fast. I like to be able to do some things differently in the future. And I know in my future that I'll be able to do more of something differently, that instead of what I thought I was going to be changing into, I'm going to be changing into something that's going to be a little different. That it's going to be the same, but a little different, a little more, change it up. And the only reason I'm able to do that is because I got the protection of God to be able to allow me to keep doing this with, I don't care what you say. I don't care if you dislike my videos. I don't care if you write some negative comments. I don't care if you even write some positive comments where you're trying to be negative. That happens many times, that some people say some things that, hey guys, you got a couple minutes before we can do that. Let's get down. Johnny, down. And then we got people driving by yelling and doing what they doing. I don't know what's going on over there with that. But I'm just so thankful to be able to continue to keep doing this. And it's such a blessing, people. Such a blessing to really have a true understanding of who God is and what he's all about. Because I'm telling you, some people, all people, not all people, but most all people, all people, just have something so negative that they want to say to you, that's so negative that they want to be about with you. And like I said, that sometimes they try to say something good to you, but even that goodness, you can read through that, knowing that it's really not good. It's like a good-ish type thing. And there's some people that are just super honest, super genuine, super amazing. And I've had many people already like that with me, talking to me, trying to get a better understanding of me, where I see that you are genuine, you are real, and I appreciate that, and that's in reality. I'm looking for more and more of that. I want more and more real people out there. I want more and more people that are just ready to just really want to upgrade your life and elevate your life, and ask the right questions and try to do the right things so that you can be able to do better in your life and be better in your life. And I want to be able to help you do that. And if you got questions about how to do certain things, check that out right there. Check this out right here. Do this right there. Make this happen right here. Because I've been doing this. I've been making this happen. I've been struggling with this. I've been succeeding with some things with this. And it's just something that's going to keep on going. And the more and more people that we get together that want to be on that same mission, you're just going to, that's the power of when God is really going to start working like absolute crazy, when more and more people start to get together that are on that same mission, that want to have that same purpose behind in them, that want to have the same protection, that want to be about the same amount of forgiveness, that want to do that same thing. Just great things are going to happen on this planet. And that's why for me, my near future here with my future partner that I have is going to be something extremely powerful, because it's going to be something that's just going to be able to move and cruise and do something greater, instead of just being something that's just trying to be damaging and going back and forth and tit for tat and just nonsense, with not understanding forgiveness, not understanding the true way of being able to move forward on this planet, but actually being able to do some awesome things together and awesome stuff to be able to just keep on growing, to make sure that more and more people are able to be a part of this. And I'm telling you, when you start putting more together, your push, your sway, your everything is going to be so much greater. It's going to be so much more powerful. And I'm not here to collect donations to build a church, to build a building, to get some lights in there, to buy better cameras. I'm not here for that. I'm here to make sure that you actually do get better. I'm here to make sure that you actually do end up in a place that you're satisfied with. And once you're satisfied with that, you're going to be able to have your own funds to be able to do whatever it is that you need to do, that you're not going to have to just keep giving to someone, to giving to me or giving anywhere. So then feeling like if I give a little more, I get a little more. And I want to get you out of that mindset, that if you give a little more of your heart, a little more of your time, a little more of your energy into God, then God's going to give you some more. And that's what you need to start with. That's what you need to focus on with. That's the message that I feel like a lot of people aren't really explaining and sharing with you. They're starting with the money and saying if you give money, you'll have more. But if you give more of your time, you give more of your energy, you give more of your thoughts, you give more of your day to Him, He's going to give you more and more and more. Just absolutely crazy. And then the more that you want to keep growing that, the more that you want to keep doing that, the more that's going to keep coming to you. And then you're going to have a surplus of extra that you're going to be able to give out to people and to be able to hand out to folks and be able to give to more and more people. And that's when you start to run into an absolutely beautiful position in a beautiful place. Like even for me with my basic chicken, that when I know now someone that's hungry in a couple of months, it's going to take, so about 8 more weeks, my first batch will be getting processed. If you're hungry, I know I've got extra. I know I have an overabundance to be able to help people out. And then at the same time, with everything else around me that I'm growing, that's what I do. I grow food. I make food that I will have extra food for people. And soon enough, I'm going to have land and space. And I'm going to have extra space so that if you need somewhere to be, I got somewhere for you to be. And it's not going to be this beautiful, luxurious house. No, it's going to be something that more than likely we got to work on together a little bit to get it to be right. We got to work on it a little bit to get it to be the best of the best. And then we can get it out there and you can hang out and do what you got to do so that you can start focusing on what you need to focus on and then get where you need to be able to get to. And then you can move and do whatever it is that you need to do. And that's the future of what I'm really trying to do, really trying to be a part of that. I want to be able to help people out in ways that I just don't feel like I see people helping out anymore. The way that I feel like us being followers of Jesus would really truly be looking for helping for another person. That if you come and you take my help, you take my assistance, and you still damn me and damage me in the end, I don't care. I did what I had to do. I did what I needed to do. I did what I wanted to do. I did what was inside of me to do. And I don't care if you want to just be destructive and run off and just keep on slandering and doing whatever you want to do. That's fine. That's okay. I'm not here to push anything upon you. In reality, I'm not. I'm not here to tell you you have to listen to Jesus. You have to pray to Him for you to be able to know me and be able to understand. No, if you do it, you do it. If you don't, you don't. I'm not one to just be a person to judge you. And that was a talk of, was it yesterday, talking about judging people in the, what is that, the, man, I can't even think about that right now. I think it's the book of Isaiah, the 50, no, it's the Psalms of the 56th chapter of the 7th verse. I think that's what that is. But I'm not here to judge you in any sort of way. And that said, I want to head on out of here. And just going to allow my dogs to play for a little bit right now because they just want to, they got to let off a little bit of energy themselves to just I'll say thank you for them for being good and doing what they've been doing this whole time. And I'm just so grateful to be able to keep working with them, keep having them, keep dialing them up to get what it is that I'm looking for from them, and for them as well to be able to keep on having more availability of access to do what they got to do. And I hope y'all have a great day, evening, morning, weekend, week, whatever. God is real, he's powerful, and he's real powerful. Thank you.